Hello, everybody. This is Georgiana and Meredith from Faber-Castell Creativity for Kids. And today we're going to be unboxing the Crystal Mermaid Terrarium. So go ahead, Miss Meredith, and take it away.
Hello, friends. Thank you for joining me today. I'm so excited to go over to craft with you with our Crystal Mermaid Terrarium. So for today's class, you'll need some water, a little screwdriver. This is called a jeweler's screwdriver, and possibly a pair of scissors if you want, as well as a microwavable container. So I'm using a coffee mug. So if you want to go ahead and grab those things, as well as possibly some paper towels just in case. We're going to open up our box and see what's inside. All right, so we have our terrarium container. Now, this terrarium container is specially made with a top that unscrews. And in the top, there's actually a little battery pack. And this is where you'll need your screwdriver because you have to unscrew the little baby screw. I'll take the screw out. And if you have any problem doing that, just ask an adult or an older friend to help you. Save the screw, and then you'll need to put 2 AAA batteries in here in order for your light to light up. So you'll put those back, you'll put those 2 in, and then you just screw it back on. So you will need 2 AAA batteries for your light to light up. And up here, this is the button that you'll push to have it light up. So we'll just leave that off for now. We have our handy dandy instructions. We have a whole bag of goodies here. So we've got our purple gravel, a little measuring cup, this adorable little friendly starfish. It's actually a squishy, and I'll show you what we're doing with that in a little bit. Our stir stick, which is a popsicle stick. Some cool little gems. Oh, this is so cute. All right, so if you have a pair of scissors, you can open up your bag with the little shell and the little mermaid inside. And in this bag is also included some little sticky tack, which I'll show you what this will be used for as well. We have some stickers. So these are all ocean themed. You can see the outlines of dolphins and jellyfish and shells, and these all glow in the dark. We also have some other stickers. So some sweet little mermaids, some more fish, a sandcastle, and self-adhesive pearls and bubbles, bubble gems, we'll call them. And then we don't want to forget our 2 little self-adhesive wiggly eyes. And these are for our little starfish. Last but not least is our crystal growing powder. So I'm going to put that on the table too. All right, so let's look at our steps here. Okay, so safety first. Adult supervision and assistance is required And this is specifically for your crystal growing. So for crystal growing, you have to use a microwave in order to get the water hot enough to dissolve the crystal powder. So this has all been safety tested, but we do recommend having an adult's help when it comes to handling water that hot. So just keep that in mind. And then the next thing is the battery installation. So I just went over that before. Now, step 1 is to actually start our crystals growing. So I'm going to put everything else out of the way for now. And we'll focus on that. Okay. Using the included measuring cup, add 100 milliliters of tap water to your microwave safe cup. So what we're going to do is measure out 100 milliliters, which is to the top line on your measuring cup. And I have water right here. So I'll put down a couple paper towels so I don't get my work surface all wet. And we'll just pour the water in here until it goes up to 100 milliliters. There we go. And then we're going to pour that into our coffee mug. All right, next, stir in the crystal growing powder. So you're given yellow, pink, and green crystal growing powder. So you can choose which one you want to do first. I'm going to do the green. So we want to just pour it in. And there might be some clumps. You can see some clumps in here. So just break those up. You just break them up in the package. And then pour the rest of the powder in. All right, so now just stir it in. And the next thing you're going to do is microwave it. So this is the part that we ask for a helper to go microwave it. And you microwave it for 1 minute. Now, different microwaves have different settings. So you want to make sure that it's at a medium, not a high setting, just a medium setting. But what we're trying to do is dissolve the powder into the water. So whatever setting that might be on your microwave, it might be low or it might be medium, but it's probably not high. So you can always just test it and just microwave it for like 30 seconds and then use your little stir stick and stir it around and see if it's all dissolved or not. And if it's already dissolved, then that's good enough. If it's not all dissolved, then just put it in for another 10 seconds, 20 seconds, 30 seconds until it's all dissolved. But we just don't want it to get too hot. So we'll pretend that we just put this in the microwave and it's all dissolved. So the next step is to do this with all 3 of your crystal powders. So you'll want 3 different containers and you're going to dissolve the crystal powder for the yellow and for the pink as well. But right now we're just going to focus on the blue. So next thing that we're going to do is use our cool little crystal growing shapes. So you're given 1 shape for each crystal that you're going to grow. And you want to match up the pink with the pink crystal growing powder, the yellow with the yellow crystal growing powder, and the blue with the blue crystal growing powder that we're using right here. So you're going to open it up. And you want to place the little crystal growing shape down into your liquid, into your dissolved crystal powder with the flat side down. So you can see here's the flat side and here's the rounded side. Well, you can use a spoon or your stir stick and just gently lower it down into the liquid. And I'm going to hold it up. I don't know if you'll be able to see it or not, but when you do that, it creates these cool little bubbles, like it's absorbing all of that magical crystal growing powder liquid. So it'll bubble like that. Now you want to put this in a place where it's not going to get touched or bumped or anything like that for 24 hours. So you're going to let it sit for 24 hours and then come back to it. And I did this in advance so I could show you what happens. Ta-da! After 24 hours, you get this really cool crystal. And it's super duper sparkly and shiny. So you can see down here, this is the crystal growing stone. And all of these crystals grew up and on it. So this is what the blue one looks like. And here's our yellow one. So the yellow one's a little bit smaller, but it still is really beautiful. And here's the pink one. Ta-da! All really sparkly and gorgeous, and I'm excited to use it in our little mermaid terrarium. And while you're taking your crystals out, you might actually notice that there's some other little crystals that have formed on the bottom of your cup. So you can save those too to use for your crafting. So I had a couple blue ones and a couple pink ones. All right, so we have our crystals already grown. And like I said, it'll take 24 hours for them to grow. So this is kind of a 2-day type of a kit. So while your crystals are growing, we're going to set up our terrarium. So the first thing we're going to do is decorate our cute little starfish. So our starfish has adhesive on the back. And all you do is peel away the adhesive, the protective sheet of the adhesive, just whoop, like that. And then you're going to place the center of our starfish over top the button that turns the light on and off. So I'll just go ahead, kind of line it up like that. So now, and we'll push it down. Now, when you push the little starfish, you're actually turning on and off the light. So it makes it fun to turn on and off your light. And our happy little starfish is going to be even happier when you add the wiggly eyes to them. So, like I said before, these are self-adhesive. You just peel them off of the paper and stick them on just like this. Fun, fun. Oh, adorable. Okay, cute. Wiggly eyes. All right, so next thing, we are going to decorate our terrarium with all the really cool stickers that we have. So as I mentioned, we have the colorful ones, and you can put them however you want. So we're just decorating the outside of our terrarium with our stickers, creating a cute little scene. So some algae, or maybe that's seaweed. I'm not sure. You can see already. It's turning out cute. So I'm going to spread out our mermaids. So there's one here. I'll put one over here. Swimming. And then I'll put one right here. And I think this little mermaid is actually building a sand castle. So we'll put the sand castle right next to her. Look at you, you very crafty mermaid. There we go. And then our fun little friends, the crab. Here on the other side of the sand castle. Some coral to add some color over here by our other mermaid. And some other funky looking coral. And I know that fish really enjoy swimming through the coral. So we'll put our cool little orange fish swimming through the coral. Just like that. And then bubbles, because bubbles are fun. And ooh, I can't not use this really fun rainbow shell. I'll put the rainbow shell actually on top of my lid because I like it the best. And the shell on this side. Great. You don't have to use all your stickers. You can use them as many as you want and then use them on other things if you want. So I'm going to save those for something else. But I'm going to use the glow in the dark stickers now because those are awesome. So this is a glow in the dark jellyfish and a glow in the dark seaweed. And the way that you charge glow in the dark stickers is by holding them up to light. So I have a light actually in front of me. And so all I have to do is hold it up in front of the light. And then when you turn out the lights, the glow in the dark stickers glow. And a shell. Some more coral. A dolphin. Oh, actually, I'll use the school of fish. And then more coral. So you're given a lot of stickers, which is fun. And I kind of want to put glow in the dark stickers all around it. So make sure that I have some over here. Now, if you do not have this kit at home, that's okay. You can make your own underwater mermaid inspired terrarium. All you need is a container. And then however you want to decorate it, maybe you get some stickers from Michael's and mermaid and under the water themed stickers. Or maybe you want to like paint the outside of it. You could paint the outside of it and that would be cool too. So it's however you want to decorate it, but just leave some area so you can still see through it. And the next thing you'll need is some gravel or something to put on the ground of the terrarium. So we give you this cool purple gravel. But if you don't have this kit at home, you could use aquarium stones. So what we're doing here is just pouring the gravel in kind of evenly, just like that, and shake it around so it's nice and there's a good amount of gravel in there. Oh, this is cool. You can see all the stickers that I added. Fun. All right. And then what we have in this kit is this sweet little shell and this sweet little mermaid. And with this, you use the sticky tack, and you put a little bit of sticky tack. So this is sticky tack. It's sometimes used in like classrooms or like to hang stuff up on the wall that you don't want to be permanent. You can use sticky tack to stick things to your wall or your refrigerator. So you're just going to put the sticky tack in the shell and kind of smear it around. So now you can put your mermaid in the shell like that, and she'll stand up. Yay! The sticky tack helps her stand. And then you can use some of these little gems. So you're given these gems and pearls. And you can stick some of the gems in there too to add a little bit more atmosphere to your little mermaid shell decoration. And she just sticks right there. So you can just, if you do accidentally push her over with a gem, you can just prop her right back up. There we go. Ooh, she's surrounded by gems. Okay. And then the other gems you can just throw in your terrarium as decoration. Boop, boop, boop. Great. So the next thing you're going to do is put her inside however you want. And if you want to kind of ground her, just push the shell down into the gravel a little bit. And then you're going to add your cool crystals. And you can just use your hands to do this, to push down, or you could even use your little stir stick, and you could kind of arrange where you want your crystal using your stir stick. So like that. And then this gigantic blue guy I'm going to put in the back. Right there. Maybe I'll bring her up front a little bit more. Just like that. Sweet little mermaid. Don't want you to fall. There. So yeah, using the stir stick to help with this is actually really helpful. And then my extra little blue gems or crystals, I'm going to just place. Oops. So that one kind of broke apart. There we go. All right, so we're almost done. We didn't use our really cool bubble gems and pearl gems, so I'm going to put some of those on too. So, and you can decorate using these however you'd like. And they definitely look like bubbles, like magical bubbles, because they have this iridescent shine to them that make them look magical. Oh, and on the top. We'll put some on the top. Boop. Because our little starfish likes to be decorated too. All right, so the last thing we're going to do is put our top on. Now, like I mentioned, we are charging all of the glow in the dark stickers just by holding them up or having the light shine on them. So I'm kind of rotating my terrarium in order for the entire thing, all of the stickers to get charged. And so this one, I didn't actually put batteries in, but I did put batteries in this one. So I'm going to charge this one up, and then we're going to see how it looks when we turn out all of our lights. And first I'll have the light off, and then I'll turn the light on just so you can see how well the stickers glow. So Georgiana, if you don't mind, let's try turning off the lights. Ooh, so you can see, here's all of our stickers glowing. Ooh, you can see on this one too. I'll show you on this one too. All of our stickers glowing. They look so cool. And then when you turn on, when you push your little star, ta-da! You can see it lights up inside. It lights up your crystals and your mermaid. So you can see how cool those crystals look when they're being lit up with the light inside. So again, if you do not have this kit at home, they do sell little containers with lights on the top like this. And you can find them online. And then all of the other items to decorate a terrarium, you can go to your local Michael's and get any craft items that you want, like the gravel and the stickers and the little gemstones. You could probably find there. So this is such a fun kit. So if you do have this kit though at home, and you have been following along and you've made your crystals and your mermaid terrarium, I would love to see it. So if you ask an adult or an older friend to take a picture of it, and then you can post it on our Facebook or social media account, #CreativityForKids, that would be really cool. So this is our crystal mermaid terrarium. Let's turn the lights back on. Thank you. We'll turn off our light. So this was such a fun kit to do, and I'm hoping that you guys enjoyed it as well. And if you did enjoy doing this as much as I enjoyed doing it, we do have a ton of other terrarium kits to do, including one that is an alien inspired one. So that one's really fun if you want to do another one of these. Well, thank you again for joining me, and I look forward to doing another craft with you with Michael's next time. Bye-bye.